The 48 Laws of Power is one of the most requested books in U.S. federal prisons. It has also been banned in several of them. Same book, two completely opposite responses, and both make perfect sense once you understand what this book actually is. Robert Greene was not writing a self-help manual, he said it himself. He was documenting how power operates, not endorsing every move. But most people read it as a permission slip. Here is the truth. 33 of these laws are psychological principles that work in any context. The other 15 will destroy your reputation if you try them from the wrong position. And Greene practically tells you which ones. Most readers skip that part. The difference between those two groups is not complicated. Some laws describe human psychology, how people think, feel, and react regardless of who's in the room. Those are universal. An intern can use them, so can a CEO. They work in a job interview exactly the way they work in a boardroom. The other laws are power tactics, moves that only work when you already have authority, leverage, or real institutional weight behind you. Try them without that, and you don't look strategic. You look desperate, or you look like someone people don't want to work with. We're going through both groups today. The laws you can use right now, the ones that require power first, and the ones most people misread completely, including one that basically everyone treats as emotional comfort food when it was designed to be something else entirely. Law 4. Always say less than necessary. Every time you open your mouth, you give something away. Your strategy, your doubts, your desperation. Psychologists call this verbal leakage. The more someone talks, the more they reveal about what they believe, what they fear, and what they want. The person who speaks less controls the conversation, every time. It's not about being cold. Most people fill silence because silence makes them uncomfortable. Get comfortable in it, and you force the other person to fill it. And people filling silence hand you information they didn't mean to give. Warren Buffett is the most cited example of this. In conversation, he is brief. He asks more than he tells. He almost never explains himself. That's not shyness, that's a choice. In any high-stakes conversation, say what's necessary and stop. The urge to clarify, justify, or add context is usually the urge to hand the other person an advantage. Law 3. Conceal your intentions. The moment people know what you want, they have power over you. They can withhold it, use it as bait, outmaneuver you before you even arrive. There is a real difference between secrecy and deception. Concealment means not announcing your destination before you get there. Apple does this better than almost any company in history. For decades, they have maintained near total silence about what they're building. The effect is psychological as much as operational. The mystery generates anticipation. The reveal becomes an event. If Apple announced every product 6 months early, the launch would mean nothing. The same thing plays out in careers and negotiations. People who broadcast their plans invite interference. People who protect their plans just arrive. Do not announce the plan, announce the arrival. Law 6. Court attention at all cost. This one makes most people uncomfortable. It should. Most of us were raised to believe doing good work is enough. Keep your head down. Stay humble. The right people will notice. They won't. The world does not reward the best. It rewards the most visible. Talent without attention is a tree falling in an empty forest, and the forest is full of trees. Elon Musk is not the best engineer in the world, probably not the best businessman either, but he is the most visible person operating in technology and energy and space at the same time. That visibility attracts capital, talent, and influence that no amount of quiet excellence would generate. This law gets more true every year. Every platform punishes going dark. Every algorithm rewards showing up. Every week you disappear is a week someone less capable takes your spot. Obscurity is not safety. It is slow death. Law 16. Use absence to increase respect and honor. Presence diminishes power. When you are everywhere, people stop noticing you. You become background noise. Disappearing deliberately creates contrast, and contrast creates desire. You see this in real life constantly. The manager who is always reachable gets taken for granted faster than the one who occasionally does not respond for a day. The friend who texts back instantly is expected to. The one who takes time is appreciated when they do. When Michael Jordan retired the first time, NBA ratings dropped. His absence didn't just leave a vacuum, it made his previous presence undeniable in retrospect. He didn't need to say anything. The empty spot said it. Don't give people unlimited access to you. Scarcity psychology is real. The less available something is, the more people want it. Law 1. Never outshine the master. Probably the most applicable law in the entire book. People in positions of power are often deeply insecure about their position. If you make them look inferior, they don't promote you. They remove you. Most people read this as hide your abilities. That is not it. The law is about direction. Make the person above you look better because of you, not despite you. Don't dim your light. Point it at them first. The career mistake is not being too talented. It is being talented in a way that makes the person above you feel replaceable. History is full of brilliant advisors who got cut because the king felt threatened, full of executives pushed out by insecure CEOs. The skill was never the problem. The optics were. If you're going to outperform your superior, make sure they feel like they're the reason it's happening. Law 15. Crush your enemy totally. Green's argument. A half-defeated enemy recovers. Plots revenge. Total victory is the only real victory. In the context the book was written, medieval politics, Renaissance courts, Napoleonic campaigns, that is historically accurate. In modern life, it is almost always the wrong move. When you crush someone in a modern context, a colleague, a competitor, a former partner, everyone who witnesses it takes note. The note they take is, this person is dangerous to be on the wrong side of. That reputation travels. It makes potential allies hesitant. It makes future opponents more aggressive, not less. Save this law for genuine zero-sum scenarios where the other party will not stop unless completely removed. In most careers and businesses, that situation does not exist. Today's rival is often tomorrow's most useful contact. Burn them and you burn the bridge in both directions. Law 2. Never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. This gets called cynical. It isn't. It's just honest about how comfort works. Friendship creates psychological safety. That safety makes you careless. You share more than you should. You assume loyalty that no one formally promised. Business history is full of co-founder betrayals. Executives blindsided by lieutenants they trusted completely. The emotional bond overrides rational evaluation of behavior, and that override costs people everything. Green's counterintuitive point. A former enemy who now works with you often outperforms a longtime friend. The former enemy has something to prove. They have seen your capabilities up close, and they respect them. A friend who knew you before your success may not. This is not about distrusting everyone. It is about evaluating people on their behavior, not on how warm you feel about the relationship. Law 36. Disdain things you cannot have. Most people read this as, if you can't have something, pretend you don't want it. Green means something different. The law is about where you put your attention. When something is unavailable, obsessing over it hands it power over you, an opportunity you lost, a deal that collapsed, a person who said no. The more mental real estate you give it, the more it controls your next move. The misuse is performing indifference, loudly broadcasting that you don't care, which is just another form of caring. The real application is internal. Moving your attention deliberately toward things you can actually do something about. The Stoics called this the dichotomy of control. Law 36, used correctly, is an attention management strategy, not a way to cope. Law 33. Discover each man's thumbscrew. Every person has a pressure point, a fear, a desire, a wound, an obsession. Green says whoever finds it holds the key. That's true. It's also the law that gets misused most often. Used well, it's the foundation of every skilled negotiation. Understanding what the other side actually needs, not what they say they want, is not manipulation. It is just competence. Used poorly, it becomes coercion. And that version, when discovered, and it usually is, ends careers and burns relationships permanently. The version that actually works: know what your counterpart wants so you can offer real value. Know what they fear so you don't trigger it unnecessarily. That's not a power move. It's just paying attention. 3 laws work for everyone. Right now, no position of power required. Say less than necessary. The silence alone will shift how people read you within a week. Conceal your intentions. Stop announcing the plan. Let the outcome speak. Use absence to create value. Be slightly less available than people want you to be. The gap between what they have and what they want is where your leverage lives. All 3 are about self-discipline, not domination. They build the foundation that makes the harder laws in the book usable. The laws that backfire, crushing enemies, weaponizing friendships, relying on fear, those require institutional power most people don't have. And in a world where reputation is permanent, that kind of play gets punished faster than it ever did before. Green documented how power moves. He did not write a permission slip to treat people like pieces on a board. The difference matters, and the people who understand it are usually the ones who actually end up with power. Subscribe for more on power dynamics, money psychology, and the behavioral science that actually holds up in real life.